So the topic for today's webinar is, as most of you are aware, that the PMP pattern has changed. A lot of changes that PMI had made to the PMP program, effective from January 2nd this year. So we are going to talk about the PMP in the new pattern and what it means for you, whether you are PMP certified or you're not certified, you're looking to get it done in the coming year. So either way, what it means for you. Okay, you need to be aware of what changed in the new pattern. Okay, so even if you're certified, you still need to get you need to upgrade yourself for this. So before moving into that content about the PMP and the changes, about myself, so that you know whom you are getting the information from. So those who don't know me, my name is Arvind Nahata, working with ProThought Solutions since the inception of the company in 2015. Um, and I'm myself a PMP certified trainer in the new pattern. So I've conducted around 125 workshops in this pattern, older patterns, older syllabus. So in the last couple of years, a lot of changes have happened in the PMP program. So yeah, Prateek. So at the end, I'll talk about that in a while. At the end, I'll talk about all those things. So let's talk about the topic first. Then I'll talk about a lot of additional things overhead. Okay. So the session is getting recorded, and if you want, you can get the recorded session from us. Okay. So if you need to, I'll just wait for a minute. You can just go through it. Conducted around 125 workshops, plus 5,000 hours in project management trainings. LinkedIn, I've maxed out my connections, so you can just simply follow me. I think just go through it rather than me reading it out. Okay. So with that, let's move on. And just quick 2 slides about the ProThoughts. So ProThoughts is an organization. We are a global PMI REP with the ID number 4032, and in the new pattern, we are a premier PMI ATP as well. So REP stands for Registered Education Provider. So you need to be registered with PMI to conduct these trainings, and in the new pattern, you also need to be Authorized Training Partners (ATP). So only once you are either a regular ATP or premier ATP, based on that, you can conduct the sessions for PMP. Okay, so we are one of the premier PMI ATPs globally, and we are also the official distributors of RMC publication, Rita Mulkey Corporation in India. We operate based out of 2 offices, one in Pune and one in Mumbai in India. Um, Pre-COVID, we used to conduct classroom trainings on a lot of different, not only PMP, a lot of other courses as well, in 6 cities in India: Pune, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Bangalore, New Delhi, and in Middle East and Southeast Asia, multiple locations as well. And we have trained 5,000 plus professionals, 10,000 hours across 300 batches. And the certification courses that we offer, other than PMP, are CAPM, PGMP, DASM, and DASSM. The name has changed for the CDA and DALSM now. So it's DASM and DASSM. It's a disciplined agile certification. And then we also offer MS project courses and several customized trainings which are customized as per the corporate requirements. So we are associated with around 50 plus different corporate clients, also with several B schools where we conduct sessions, okay, and advisory and consulting in several corporates as well. And you can see a few of the recognitions. The oldest one goes back in 2015, Times Group CIO Review magazine, when we were among the top 100 startups in India. Your Story published our story in 2019, I think November sometime. So let's see, all the Catapult, Economic Times, CEO Insights, those are all the recognitions that we have got in the last couple of years. And if you see on the top right side, beyond trainings, training is just one aspect of it. So we are a one-stop project management solutions firm where we provide trainings, whether it be classroom training, online training, e-learning, which is self-paced learning, and corporate trainings. Beyond these four, we also implement project management softwares like MS Project Insight, Primavera, Jira. A lot of these project management softwares are there. So training and implementation of those in the corporates. We do advisory and consulting in the corporates. And we also recently, last year, in pre-COVID, we bought a platform called talkprojectmanagement.com, which we are promoting as a rich content-based platform and an e-commerce platform as well, bookstore and content. So if I need to just tell you about when we started ProThoughts, this was our vision and mantra with which we, vision, motto and mantra with which we thought of growing. Okay, so, and as I said about the platform, additional one, all the different types of content that you might see, surveys, webinars, facts and surveys, a lot of different forms, blogs, articles, upcoming news. You'll find a lot of things in project management topic being there. Okay, so that was all about ProThoughts. Now coming back to our topic here. So what we are going to talk now about in the next 40 minutes or so, I'll keep around 10 minutes for the Q&A at the end. But before that, all the different pattern, what do you mean by PMP pattern change? All the different changes that PMI has brought about for PMP, and what does it mean for the future of PMP? Okay, so these are the two primary things that we'll be talking about. So first of all, when we talk about the changes that PMI has brought about in the PMP program, you can categorize them into three categories: the changes in the content, changes in the process or structure, and changes in the syllabus. Okay, that is, so we will take one by one each of them. And the next thing is the changes are effective, already effective, predated from Jan 2nd, 2021. Jan 1st was like a holiday, New Year. So in 2020, the old pattern got outdated, and in New Year, after from Jan 2nd onwards, it's the new pattern. Now, a lot of people have a misconception. I don't know how many of you also might be assuming that new changes means PMBOK 7 gets launched. Right now, the current the 2018 PMI launched PMBOK 6, which is the main textbook which they launch for, which is the main study material provided by PMI for all of their courses, including PMP. Okay, so PMBOK 5 to 6 happened in 2018 March, and PMBOK 7 is not yet launched. No official announcement by PMI. PMI just is giving tentative dates. Like last year, in the middle of last year, they said it will be sometime late last year, but then they postponed it, saying sometime this year. So normally, if you see the history of PMBOK 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they have been changing PMBOK every 4 to 5 years. So if they have changed it last in 2018, before that it was 2013, before that it was 2008. So with that history, if that continues, changes should not happen by before 2022. But still, if they have announced that they are going to do it sometime in this year, still the earliest probably, this is our wild guess, okay, that it might get launched by middle of this year, and it might become effective. The exams based on that will be effective maybe end of this year or early next year in 2022. Okay, so right now, as I speak, today, tomorrow, next month, next to next month, there is no PMBOK 7. It's the same PMBOK 6. Syllabus is remaining the same. Okay, new addition to the syllabus has happened. The existing syllabus remains the same. Okay, so just keep this in mind. I just gave extra stress here because a lot of misconceptions are there in the market about PMBOK 7 getting launched, which is no official communication yet. If PMBOK 7 has to launch, you just need to go to pmi.org and see if there the announcement is there. Till official announcement is not there, there is no PMBOK 7. Okay. So content, process, and syllabus, three sections where the PMI is changed a lot of things in the PMI pattern. So we'll talk about that one by one. So starting with the content. Okay. So the first major change that PMI did effective January 2nd is till last year, till December end last year, the questions that used to come in the exam in the PMP exam were categorized into 5 domains, initiating through closing. Now they have grouped it into only 3 domains, which you can see at the bottom: people, process, and business. That's the new 3 domains in which the all the questions has been categorized. So every question earlier used to be either a initiation question or a planning question and so on. Now it will be either a people management or a process oriented or a business environment related question. Okay, and the numbers which you can see on the right side, that's the weightage of the number of questions in the exam. So earlier 13% questions were coming from initiation and so on, right? Now in the new pattern, 42% questions will be coming from people management, 50%, half of the question paper is process oriented, and just 8% is business environment. Now, what do you mean by people management, process, and business environment? Let me give you a little overview about that. Okay. So moving to the next slide, if you can see the right side, the triangle, it's copied from the PMI website. It's there on the website of PMI. It's called the PMI talent triangle. People management is nothing but interpersonal skills. How do you deal with people, motivation, managing conflicts, resolving the issues, a lot of things dealing with people, right? Interpersonal skills, people management. That is 42%. You can put it in the leadership here, in the talent triangle. Okay. Then comes the process oriented questions, which will fall under technical project management. This is primarily all the processes, the tools, techniques, inputs, outputs, all the different processes, methods, methodologies, all these details will be technical project management, process oriented information that you need to know as a project manager. Okay. And then comes the strategic alignment and business management. It's more of a business environment. Do you understand the business environment? How do you normally align yourself with the business environment? Strategic thinking, all these types of things are in the business environment. Okay, that's just simple 8%, but still a separate section, so you just cannot ignore it. Okay, now under all of these, whether it's people, process, or business, for each of them, what PMI did is now they've created tasks under each of them. Okay, people management is an aspect in project management which you need to have a mastery in, but under that there are a lot of tasks. Tasks means the accountability of yours in the people management as a project manager. What are the 10 things for which you need to take the accountability in the interpersonal skills? What are the 15 things that you need to take the accountability when you talk about technical project management? That accountability is nothing but tasks. And enablers is how do you achieve that accountability? How do you meet or overperform in this to outperform in this accountability that you need to hold? Okay, so enablers are the actions. And tasks is all that you are accountable for in those different domains. So all these tasks and enablers, these you can download. We are not talking in that detail because it will take more than an hour. Okay, but if you want to go through those tasks and enablers, there is an exam content outline. We call it as an eco document. So exam content outline is available on the PMI website free of cost. You can download the eco and go through it in detail, which is explaining, or I will say expanding each of the domains into details. Each of the 3 domains into details. Okay. All the tasks and enablers are freely available. You just need to create a free account on pmi.org. Okay. So, okay, before moving ahead, another thing, the top first bullet point, that's the second most important addition in the new pattern, is earlier the syllabus that you were supposed to prepare based on for the PMP was all in the PMBOK 6, and that was primarily, or rather than that, I will say in terms of weightage, 80% waterfall or traditional approach to project management, and 10 to 20% was agile or hybrid, which is the adaptive form of managing a project. Okay, so agile or hybrid earlier was just 20% weightage, which now from this January onwards has increased from 20% to approximately 50%. So now it's 50-50. 50% traditional project management and 50% the new trend which is coming up, which is the adaptive or agile approach to project management. So 50% questions will be on traditional, 50% on agile plus hybrid combined. So now PMBOK 6 is still more of traditional and less of agile, right? So you need some additional study materials for agile. That's why I'll tell you what is that additional material in the next few slides, based on which you need to prepare. So going forward from January 2nd onwards, PMBOK 6 or RITA 10, only those books are not good enough. You need an add-on. What is that add-on? I'm just going to show you that. Now, before I tell you about that add-on and all those things, also what I need to tell you is how the structural approach by the PMI has changed, and it has actually became better than before. So earlier what used to happen was there was a global, so we were like a global REP with PMI, right? Registered education providers. There were around huge 3,000 plus RAPs globally who were authorized by PMIs to conduct the training sessions for different programs, not only PMP but CAPM and other courses as well. So once you become an REP, you can decide what study material, who should be the trainer and everything, right? You just need to become an REP, then you can design your own program for PMP. Now, from this year onwards, PMP, because the PMI realized in the last couple of years that because of this free hand given to the institutes, REPs, the quality for the PMP program was getting downgraded. So this was one of the primary reasons that we think is the reason, and because of which now they are controlling most of the things which a candidate is getting when he's going through the PMP preparation process, which includes the presentation slides based on which we need to train you, the trainers. Like if I'm a PMP trainer, I need to be an authorized trainer as well. So I had to, so once PMI, so ProThoughts as an institution is applies to PMI, says we want to do PMP program, we want to conduct the PMP program. So please approve us being our ATP. Please make us your ATP so that we can please authorize us and give us the access so that we can conduct the PMP program, right? So once we submitted that, it went through a much stringent and much stricter evaluation process. So earlier, when there were 3,000 REPs, now it have come down to less than 1,500 REPs, reduced. A lot of them got rejected. A lot of them figured out it's not, the guys who were doing low downgraded quality PMP program realized we will not qualify for it. So they dropped out of this option to do the ATP, become an ATP. So because of that, now there are much less number of players in the market who can conduct PMP program, plus it will be much higher quality for sure. Now, once an institute is approved as an ATP by PMI, so if ProThoughts is approved, now ProThought has to submit the profiles of their trainers. So ProThought submitted the profile of Arvind Nahata as a trainer, many other trainers as well. PMI evaluated the trainers, the resumes and everything. We went through a stringent train the trainer program after. So they went through our evaluation and they approved. So like ProThoughts submitted 4 trainers and we got approved only for 2. Okay, so the 2 trainers who got approved, like I'm one of them and one more. So once we got approved, the trainers now have to go through a train the trainer program, and we are given access to the PMP training slides, which we cannot share with anyone else, including within the organization ProThoughts as well. We cannot share. It's only specific to Arvind Nahata. Only I can use that training material to train the candidates, and it's provided by PMI. So the presentation slides with which I will be training will be PMI provided slides. Plus, and the trainer is also approved by PMI. I've gone through the train the trainer program, and after train the trainer program, I had to clear an exam as well. Then I become a PMI approved trainer who get access to their slides and everything. So once they check my resume, approve us, then I have to go through a training program, clear the exam, then I become a PMI approved PMP trainer. This was not the case earlier. So they are making sure the trainers are also of good quality. Study materials is also of good quality. And obviously institutes themselves are not compromising with the quality in any of the things in the entire PMP package. Okay. And now the best part. Along with PMBOK and the lot of other books which are available in the market, PMI is, I told you about that delta, right? That additional study material for agile which you will be needing. So that is also provided by PMI. So there is a, if you see the text at the bottom, there is a text which is saying PMI choice platform. So now going forward, what happens is, if you want to do a PMP training and you enroll with ProThoughts, so ProThoughts will have to provide your details to PMI for the 35 PDUs as well. And plus, we will need to get, or I will say, we will need to buy a license for you from PMI for the PMI choice platform and pass it on to you. Now, using your user ID, which is the PMI login ID password, you need to access the PMI choice platform. And first time you will need to key in a license key and everything, and then only you will get the access. So it's a license based access. Once a license is used, that's it. No, you cannot use it again and again. So it's one license per user. So if 20 people enroll with us in a program, we need to buy 20 licenses, pass one each to each of you. With that license, you get access to the PMI choice platform. Now, what is there on the PMI choice platform? One, this additional study material, which I told you that you need for the agile thing. That's one. Second, lot of high quality spotlight videos, which you can just go through them, which are like 4 to 5 minutes, not more than that. 5-minute spotlight videos, a lot of them. And then there is a tool which defines all the step-by-step procedures, guidelines. So a lot of those type of things. And plus you get the 35 PDUs as well there itself once you provide the feedback on the PMI system about how the program went after you attend the session. Okay. Now, one thing which is missing in this slide, which I've not put it, just tried me right now as I speak, is what PMI also has gotten away with is the self-paced learning program for PMP. So now the PMP trainings have to be live sessions. It can be live online sessions or it has to be live classroom sessions. Earlier, like say for example, Udemy, right? Udemy was offering the PMP program. So you can just go buy the program. There will be videos, recorded videos. You will get the access to it. You just go through it. You get the 35 PDUs. Now you cannot get 35 PDUs based on the purely self-paced learning. It has to be live sessions, either live online or live classroom. Yeah, the new structure of PMI, Govardhan. I've not moved the slide ahead. I'm still talking about the structure only. Okay. So this new thing which is not there on the slide, I just wanted to add on that the self-paced learning program is no more allowed by PMI. It has to be live sessions, either live online or live classroom. And make sure that when you enroll in any of the programs, you get the access to the PMI choice platform. It's a license-based access directly coming. We are just the mediators. We are getting it from PMI and passing it on to you. Okay, you cannot directly buy it from PMI. You have to go through the ATPs to buy it. Okay. And by the way, if you just want the PMI choice platform without the training, not available. You have to go through the training program, then only this platform access is available. Okay. And let me, it's not clear, but this is the 400 plus page Kindle version type PDF available to you on the PMI choice platform, which is the additional study material primarily focusing on the additional agile syllabus which got added. So there are 5 lessons you can see. Lesson 1 is creating a high performing team. Lesson 2, starting the project. Lesson 3, doing the work. Lesson 4, keeping the team on track. And lesson 5, keeping the business in mind. And under that, you will find a lot of topics, and under them, a lot of other additional information about each of the topics. Okay, so this is around 400 pages we call it normally as a PMP student manual. So the PMP student manual on the PMI Choice platform is the additional study material which has these 5 lessons. It's I think the number of pages in this is 404. Okay, out of which around 300 is to read, and the last 100 pages, approximately 100 pages, last ones are more of the questions, practice questions, appendix, glossary, all these type of things are the last 100 pages. Now, additional features with I'll say not features, rather, I will say the additional benefits that PMI have passed on to the candidates who were preparing end of last year for PMP, but somehow could not clear the exam last year, or either did not sit for the exam or sat but could not clear it, either way. So they are giving the benefits as one. They are providing extending your if you're, say for example, if your PMI membership and is expiring say in Jan, Feb, March, they are extending it to 18th of April. If you log in right now, you will see it probably on your PMI website that it's auto extended to 18th of April. If it's already beyond 18th of April, then it remains the same. Only if it is anywhere between Jan and 18th April, then it will be extended to 18th April. Okay, that is one of the things. I think that's those things are here. Okay, sorry. I actually talked about this next slide. So if your exam eligibility is expiring before 18th April, PMI is extending it. That's one. Second thing is, if you have not cleared the exam in the last year and you want to reattempt it now, the exam fees, the reattempt cost, what it used to be, is also reduced. Approximately half in terms of dollars. Okay. What was there? Like earlier, it was $405 for the first attempt and $250 or $275 for the reattempt. Now it has reduced further from $275 as well. So the exam fees has reduced for the reattempt, not for the first attempt. First attempt still is the same. Only if you could not clear it in the last attempt, so they are giving the benefit. Okay, and they are also giving you access to several free videos. If you have been a PMI member, you must have got an email. If you have not seen the email in the inbox, probably it has went into the bulk or spam folder. So you might have to contact PMI and ask for that to be sent to you again. But you must have got a lot of video content on different topics to go through to enhance your knowledge, or you to upgrade your knowledge and come up to speed with the new syllabus. So a lot of free courses on different agile topics, so videos, free access must have been provided to you. Okay. So these are the few things that they are giving the benefit to you, passing on the benefit to you. And I think most of the, like, if you want to see who are the ATPs in specific geographies like North America, Europe, India, Asia, Africa, wherever you want to see, you can just go onto the pmi.org, search for the ATP. There are a lot of search options, geography wise, name wise, a lot of different ways you can filter and search, and you can see who are the trainers, ATP trainers, training institutes available to you in your location. Okay. So that is one thing. Second, the PMP student study manual. Let me just go through this one, which I just showed you. This one, right now, it's available in the print format as well, along with the digital format. Okay, print format will be a little more expensive than the digital format. That is one thing, and it's not like it. This can, like today, if you make a payment for this, within a couple of days you get this one, because we just need to get a license from PMI and pass it on to you. But for the digital print, for the print format, geography wise, they have created areas from where it will be shipped. So we normally right now, ProThoughts as an institution are not having the print format of it because it's going to be very expensive, considering that the shipping in India is happening from outside of India. So the printing is not happening here. in somewhere in Southeast Asia it's getting printed and it's getting couriered to us in Indian continent. So we are just right now currently going only with the digital option, but there is a print option available, but pretty expensive considering the international shipping cost of that. Okay. No. So Rakesh, this is not freely available. This what you can see on the screen, student manual. This is something you will have to buy. PMBOK you can download if you are a paid member, and if you're not a paid member, just a free member who have just created an account, then only the exam content outline you can download. Member of PMI means whether you are a paid member or an unpaid member. Have you paid that $139 to become a paid member? If yes, then you can download only PMBOK, not this student manual. Student manual still you will need to pay and buy. And this you cannot get it directly from PMI. It has to be via ATP. There is no place on PMI where you can get this one. Okay. We have a separate platform where we need to place the order for this. We get the licenses and then only we pass it on to you. And I've just put a PMI India contact details. So most of you, like say for example, if you have not got those videos, free videos from PMI directly via email, and if you have lost those in the spam or bulk folder as well, we cannot help you on that. You need to probably connect with PMI specific to your own geography. I have put the PMI India contact details here. If you go on pmi.org, you can select locations, and based on that, the specific locations of yours, the PMI contact details will come up. Okay, I see most of you are dialed in from the Indian subcontinent itself. So I put the PMI India contact details. Yes, Govardhan. So application is valid only for 1 year. So does not matter whether you have submitted 5 times or 15 times. If you have not submitted, there is no active application, you will have to resubmit it. Normally, application is valid, approved application is valid only for 1 year, 365 days. Okay. So 2016 was PMBOK 5, Govardhan, PMBOK 6, and now the new pattern which includes Agile. So 2 modifications. So if you, one of the primary big change will be the Agile thing. Now, if you are already so you have just attempted, right? You're not certified. So that's up to you whether you want to really be certified or just gain the knowledge. That's your individual priority. I cannot comment on that. That's more of a counseling thing. Okay. I don't want to do individual counseling here right now, but many people just prefer just to gain the knowledge. They just learn from the session and never spend money on the PMI membership and the exam or anything. They just gain knowledge and that's it. And many go for the exam and certification to prove and use that certification to benefit as well. So that's your individual choice. Okay. What you want to achieve, that you need to think out, and based on that, the decision has to happen. Okay. Is being PMP trainer a good career opportunity? PMP trainer only will not be like, you need to be a trainer in many other things as well. Okay. It's not like, I'm pretty sure you will not earn that much what you earn right now just being a PMP trainer. You will have to be training, consulting, advisory. You need to do a lot of things into project management. How much percentage of the exam questions content differ than the previous exam content? I did not understand. Percentage of exam question content. So now the weightage of the questions have shifted, right? 13% questions on initiation. Now it's no more initiation based thing. The questions are the same. Now they are remapping each of the questions in the question banks of theirs to either people management or process oriented questions or business environment related questions, right? Into these other 3 domains. The questions, and obviously they have added a lot of agile based questions as well. So that is an addition as well, right? It does not mean that the existing questions are gotten away. Okay. So existing questions which were there are still there. They've added more and they've mapped those questions to different domains now. Which was earlier there is changed to the new domains.